Hello student, welcome after the break. So far we have discussed about the temporary gully control structures include woven wire check dam, loose boulder check dam, brush dam, plank check dam, lock check dam, etc. Now we'll discuss about the permanent gully control structures which is made of RCC. RCC stands for reinforced cement concrete. Okay. So this discussion would be under following heads: drop spillway, drop inlet spillway, opal channel spillway, and permanent earthen check dam. So students, spillway is nothing but a kind of structure which is used to provide the controlled flow of water from the dam or reservoir into the downstream area. For better understanding the concept of spillway or what is a spillway, you may have better idea through this diagram. Say this is a reservoir. Okay, just a minute. Okay, this is a reservoir. This is the water which is stored due to some rainfall or some floods are accumulating in this reservoir. Done. Now this is upstream. Okay, and now this one is downstream. So when this reservoir will reach to this upstream level, top level of this reservoir, and then once it will go beyond this limit, so it will pass from this channel. So this channel is your spillway. It is allowing flood to pass into downstream area. So this is a spillway. It's very much similar with the temporary gully control structures, where I have told you about the weirs, rectangular shape, and all those things. This is the same thing, but what is the difference compared to the temporary gully control structure? This is made of RCC. This is permanent structure. So we are going to talk about this kind of structure. So such kind of structures have different utility or different shape as per the different purpose. Say similarly, another kind of spillway is here. See, this spillway could be used when flood level reaches to this particular point. Okay, and excess amount of flood will flow from this spillway into the downstream area. Whereas this I am talking about, just a minute, I am taking a different color pen. This one. Okay, so this particular structure have placed little lower than this level. So what will happen when flood will occur? So the flood will go inside this structure, from the top, and from the top it is well connected with the drain lines or conduct, and then that flood or that amount of water through this conduit will pass in this direction. This is underground structure. So this is one kind of spillway. It's called droplet, where water will drop into some inlet system, and then through conduit, some pipe underground, it will pass into the downstream area. So this is another kind of spillway. Now you may see this is that, just hold me another one. This is the crest, or you can say the top face of upstream. Now if water will flow from this overflow without using this structure, so what will happen? I am telling you different kind of spillway using the same diagram. So there is a step. See, then further there is a possibility of a step. So when overflow will pass from different kind of stairs, which is permanent, which is made permanently. So such kind of a spillway known as stepped spillway. So in next few slides we'll understand the different kinds of spillway. So I hope you have cleared about the spillway, where excess amount of flood or designed amount of flood will pass through some permanent structures to the downstream area is called spillway. Say this is another view. Here is the reservoir and this is the main outlet. When this reservoir reaches to its maximum level, the excess amount of flood will pass through here to this channel. And similarly, it is also well connected with the droplet or some gate wall. It is connected underground to this lower stream. So when this gate wall will open or you will lift this gate wall, the water will pass through pipe and provide water into the downstream area. This is the kind of spillway. See, this is a droplet. This is the main, you can say this is one kind of spillway where where excess flood will flow and it will reach to the downstream area. Similarly, this particular drop is placed little lower than this elevation, okay, and then when water will come, when water will go inside, it will pass into the downstream area through conduit. So these are the different kinds of spillway for allowing the excess amount of water. So yes, what is a spillway? Spillway is a structure used to provide the controlled release of flow from the dam or from the reservoir into downstream area. So they are of many kind. One is principal spillway. So the principal spillway is designed to pass the flood of shorter recurrence interval. Okay, so if frequently rainfall is coming, which is generating some kind of runoff or flood, so all those flood are accumulating in reservoir. So from the reservoir you have to pass some amount of or controlled amount of flood into the downstream area. So that called principal spillway. Whereas auxiliary means it will allow to pass only part of flood, part of water. It will allow discharge only part of higher frequency flow. If rainfall occur due to higher frequency, high intensity, high duration, so there is a chance that your reservoir may full in shorter time. So to allow that excess amount of flow, or you can say to allow the controlled amount of flow, not complete flow, a part of flow will go into the spillway. That such kind of a spillway is called auxiliary. Now coming to this emergency spillway, as name indicates, emergency spillway is used for the emergency purpose. It is designed to carry flow in excess of the design strong. It act as a like relief wall. When main spillway or your say auxiliary or principal spillway is choked or damaged, so you may use emergency spillway to pass the flood into the downstream area. Yes, similarly stepped spillway. Stepped spillway is a kind of structure, looks like stairs, CD like stairs. So when series of steps are there, series of stairs are there, when water will flow over the stairs, its energy will dissipate. and it will pass into the downstream. So once this energy is dissipated, then there is very less chance of erosion, and there will not be any formation. There is limited chance of formation of gully erosion. So this is another kind of spillway. Now overflow spillway, all kind of spillway could be identified by its name only. Overflow spillway is one in which flow drops freely from the crest of the dam, okay, and has nearly vertical downstream faces. Now another one is side channel spillway. So side channel spillway used weir, controlled weir, and you can say in a side channel spillway, the control weir is placed along the sides and approximately parallel to the upper portion of the spillway discharge channel. Now open channel spillway, or sometimes one may call it a chute spillway. Chute spillway is able to discharge from the upper reach of the channel of reservoir to the downstream channel through an open channel. That's why it's called open channel. Then drop inlet. In previous slide I have informed you, I have explained you drop inlet spillway. A drop inlet is one in which flow enters over the horizontal position and then drop into the vertical section or vertical pipe, and then it allowed to go in downstream area through conduit or kind of tunnel. So that's called drop spillway. So that there are 8 kind of spillway types we have discussed. Now for agricultural purpose, I'm briefly explaining you some selected kind of spillway which is mostly used into agricultural purpose or in India. So yes, drop spillway. Drop spillway is a weir structure. Just allow me to take pen. Yes. So this is upstream area where upstream flow or flood will come here, and this is made into the gully or just after the reservoir. Okay. So when upstream will pass from this section, again it's like a temporary structure. Apron is there. See, when water will fall at this apron, its strike will be absorbed by apron, and then after some dissipation of energy, the water will flow into downstream area. So this is how drop spillway work. Ultimately, all the control structures work in same way. The difference is that whether they are made of local material or local available material, rocks, boulders, bamboos, logs. So if they are structured with the local material, the wooden plank, so they are called temporary controls or temporary gully control structures. Similarly, when the similar kind of structure have same function is structured with the use of RCC, means it's a mixture of cement, sand, gravels, porous gravel, and iron rods. So they are called permanent structure. So similarly, like apron was there in temporary structure also, in permanent structure also. So what is the function of apron? It will dissipate the fall energy of water. Okay, so this is upstream, and this is how water will flow from the apron to the downstream. So it is also controlling the, it creates the control point, and again like a temporary structure, it is also constructed across the gully slope, and it is very effective. Like other structure, it is also very effective controlling the flow of runoff, as well as it will allow deposition, soil deposition into the uh, upstream side. Okay, and only excess amount of water or controlled amount of flood, controlled amount of water will pass into the dam downstream. So this is one. Now what are the various components? Yes, various components, you can see various components. Head wall, where is head wall? This one. This is the head wall. Okay, head wall, which is obstructing the flow of runoff, which is obstructing the flow of flood coming from the gully or reservoir. And these are the some structural component: head wall, side wall, cut off wall. Again there will be apron. Yes, this is the apron, you may see. Wing walls, longitudinal. These are the different parts which is supporting the structure properly. Now use of such structures are, since it is passing the controlled amount of flow into the downstream area, so irrigation could be controlled. See, irrigation could be controlled and used as an outlet for larger surface, for larger area, and it also act as a drainage system. And due to this, grade stabilization or slope could be stabilized into the gully. Due to such structures, the gully slope will not increased. Okay, so there, this is the major use of drop structure. Other things you may read. And what are the major advantage of such structures? Say, for example, in, if we'll recall the temporary structures, so the life of the temporary structure varying from 3 to 8 years due to local material, as well as due to water and sedimentation. There is a possibility that wooden and other materials would be deteriorated. Gradually it will deteriorate with the time. But this is the RCC structure. So there is an advantage that there would not be much effect of rodent, and there is very limited chances of clogging, and the construction is little expensive, but construction is very easy. And yes, the for particularly for the drop structures, I told you it's a costlier, but easy to build. So easy to build is the advantage, but cost is the major concern for the farmers or uh, for the designers. So it is little costlier, and it could discharge less than 3 meter cube per second, where drop head could not exceed than 3 meter. When water drop head will increase more than 3%, so there will be a lot of issue due to striking of water onto the apron, as well as the other structures are also available. So we'll see ahead. And since through apron water is excess amount of flood is passing, so after the apron, or you can say in downstream area, the gully grades is difficult to maintain. So what you have to do, you have to install number of controls, number of drop structures at different intervals. Then only your gully slope could be stabilized. Now another one is drop inlet structures like this. See, just okay. Now see, this is the top wall, you may see here. Okay, now just before it, you may see there is a one vertical pipe. So when water or upstream will come at this particular point, it will fall down into the pipe vertically like this. See, this is the that structure. So when water will water will go inside, it is connected underground like this. See, if you consider this is the structure at this particular point, sorry, yes, if you are considering this particular structure is somewhere here, okay, somewhere here, so water will flow inside, and then through this conduit the water will pass into downstream area. So this is a drop inlet spillway where water or flood is dropped into the conduit. So a drop inlet spillway is normally used to drop low or medium volume of water over a sharp inclination about 30%. Generally the drop height, say this is drop. So from this point to this point, generally the drop height is more than 1 meter. Then only it could be effective. Now drop inlet, which we have discussed, this one, this structure. So what are the different components, major components? One is inlet, this one is inlet from where water is going inside, then conduit. Through this pipe, water is conveying from this point to this point, and here is the outlet. So these are the three major components of drop inlet structure spillway: inlet, conduit, and outlet. Now use of, again, gully control is the major use, and it could be used as a principal spillway. Yes, further stabilization of grades is possible, and usually it could be taken up to above 3 meters. Drop inlet could be made over above 3 meters. Advantage, it requires less material than the drop spillway. Construction cost is less. But what are the limitations? Limitation are small drops inlet are subjected to stoppage by debarrage. Say if some foreign materials or some extra materials are coming and going inside the conduit through that vertical section, there is a possibility of clogging and choking. So such kind of things could be avoided. And spillway system is little expensive compared to the other system which is meant for the high flow rate. Now another one is open channel spillway. You may see this is the, wait, here is the reservoir, see where water is stored, and once this gate will open, water will or flood will pass from this to and will go into the, through this will go into the downstream area. So this is called open channel, since it is open channel spillway. Now what are the different components? Say obviously there would be a kind of gate or inlet, then again this grate system, and then its outlet. So in better way, what are the different components of open channel? Inlet, inlet, vertical section, steep slope, and outlet. So these are the few parameters, or you can say components, of open channel. It is more economical and very much popular in India. for discharging the amount of flood into the downstream area, and it is also convey the runoff into the gully. And as earlier one I have in previous slide I have told you the limitation of about 3 meter head. So in this particular spillway open channel system, it could be made for a drop of 3 to 6 meter, and discharge capacity is quite higher from other two, and easy to build. You have seen it is easy to build, easy to build, even it's a cost effective. And this is the clear cut view of open channel spill, where you can see it's a inlet system, it's a vertical section where water will flow, and through this gravity, through this slope, water will flow through gravity and reach to the outlet, and from the outlet it will go into the downstream area. So adaptability and limitation, you may read these things. It's like other structures also. So the components of open channel spillway inlet, there are three major kind of inlet: straight inlet, flared inlet, box type. So generally the box type inlet is used, and straight type of inlet is also used, but okay. So there are various kind of inlet available for the open channel spillway, that is straight inlet way, straight inlet, side channel inlet, and box type. So box type inlet is generally used when straight type inlet is not sufficient to handle the amount of flow. And then further I told you that three major components: inlet, conduct, and outlet. So conduct is the part from which water conveyed from inlet to outlet section. It could be of rectangular shape or trapezoidal shape, based on the construction needs. One may opt either rectangular shape or trapezoidal shape. And then outlet is also a major component. Outlet generally used for the dissipating the energy, since you have seen that from the inlet to outlet, water is coming through a steep slope. So there will be a lot of energy or kinetic energy into the water. So to dissipate that amount of energy, and it should not go into the lower stream area or downstream area. So to dissipate the flow of water energy, or to dissipate the kinetic energy of water which is coming from the inlet, outlet is used. So just outlet is constructed in such a way so that it will stop the water and allow water with safer velocity into downstream area, so that soil erosion could be avoided. Now last one, permanent earthen check dam. So it's also a kind of dam which is a small dam which is made of machinery or concrete work into the gully or stream to decrease the water flow velocity. And the function of this is also like previous structures. It helps to deposit the sediment as well as allow the controlled amount of water into the section or channel. So this is all about the permanent gully control structures. And so in this end of session, I am summarizing. We in this particular topic, gully control measures, we have studied the formation stages of gully, then different kinds of control structures like biological and engineering control measures. Then we have categorized biological structures in different types. Then we have discussed in previous classes. Then after we have gone to the mechanical measures, or you can say engineering measures, which is effective and could be implemented quickly, out of which we have studied different kinds of dam, check dam, boulder dams, and all those things. Then after we have come to the permanent structures, where we have talked about the spillway, the different kinds of spillway, major parts of spillway, and all those things. So this is all about the gully control measures for reducing soil erosion and stabilizing the slope. If you have any doubts and questions, you may please ask. Okay? Okay then. Thank you.